Hi guys. I honestly think this is going to have to be one of the last times we talk. Not because I'm angry, upset, or emotional, or in any way, but just purely logically. So I hope you can hear me out, and no, I don't even think there's anything we can do about this, because, I mean, you guys have had years to lift me. Now, why is that important? Because it is a war between us versus them. And you have to nominate a champion. And I nominated myself. I said, okay, I'll do it. Most of you have not even been able to come to that point yet, where you're strong enough to nominate yourself. Right? Most of you don't want to do it. You just want to crawl into your little house, get a job, and have everything comfortable. As do we all. I want that too. Now that's never going to happen for someone who's as targeted as me. And I don't know about you guys, but I've realized that, and I don't think a lot of you have. I also know that a lot of you have. And so all of you people who have, you should be up to the point where you realize what I'm saying. That we need to nominate someone. Someone has to go to the battle front. Because spread out like this and not working together, we're all fucked. We're all doomed. There's way more of them than there are us. The world is way more orientated towards their ways than it is our ways, etc. Now, it's said we have to play a new game. Well, this is one of the things that we have to do to change this world. No, they have their nominees. You see what I'm saying? They have their, heads of this, heads of that. The people bringing in New World Order, whatever it is. But, we seem to all just be jealous at each other's channels. You know what I mean? Oh, they're doing better than me. I'm also spiritual, they're spiritual. But hey, I got to do my own thing. Right? And separately, we've fallen, and we've fallen hard. So I'm taking away my nomination because I have to. Not because I'm pissed off. I'm a little pissed. It's a little disappointing and so on, but I'm enlightened enough not to be held down by my emotions and so on. Because I realize they're not mine. You let them flow through. Something for you to observe maybe, but you definitely don't hang on to it all. That's another lecture, but I've just figured out there's nothing we can do. There's not a thing you can do. Everything from the start of Consciousness, I talked about longevity and health. My health and longevity started to decline. As soon as I wrote Organic Portal's Handbook, things got out of control. It's like this place tried to kill me. Lost the bank card. Ended up in a foreign country during a pandemic, needing to properly survive with nothing. Right? You all know the story. It's in Man vs. Matrix playlist. Hectic. I mean, it was a death sentence, and I somehow got through it. It's fucking amazing. And I had to basically beg the gang stalkers, right? It's always trying to push you into annulment. It's a de-spiriting mechanism, this place. Sure, spirit incarnates on behalf of soul, but this whole place, this energy extraction matrix, it's not a good thing. That's why I'm against that Elmer Jr., that Morpheus guy, because he's talking for the matrix. He's still doing in-system thought. So we're going to talk about some in-system thought, because you guys are still in-system thought. I'm out. Escape is the answer. Build the rainbow bridge. It's called the builder. You build yourself out of here with the light body. It's the only answer, because we're not going to change this world. But if you guys want me to talk about some futility, I will, just to entertain your stupidities. So, law of attraction. Oh, Ben, can't you law of attraction your way out? Like I said, from the beginning, anything I've stated and put publicly, the monitoring spirits, they crush you. That's what's going on. They're monitoring spirits, the watchers. The ego devils are inside your body-mind system. And there's more. There's a whole host of demons. just waiting at different levels, waiting for you, right? And you know, it's physically like that. These gang stalkers always appear to be just even waiting for you. How'd you know? How'd you know I was gonna be here and you could harass me? And they get away with it. Man, I haven't been able to capture 10% of my gang stalking. That's why I've got to leave. There's nothing I can do. I've tried. We even got the spy camera glasses. We even got the spy camera glasses and a guy with a snake tattoo. And yes, snake behavior and snake eyes distracted me. And then I put the glasses down on the beach. You know what else was there? An actual reptile in the rocks. I was looking at the reptile. I decided to get up and go for the walk, forgot the glasses. I mean, it was all very obvious, you know what I mean? So there's nothing you can do. And I've just been thinking about that recently. Like, people are like, oh yeah, law of attraction and all this bullshit. It seems to be the exact opposite unless you're fake. The only way to do law of attraction is to simulate. Notice that's what you're doing when you do law of attraction. You go straight into simulatory mode, right? You start simulating. I have to be like this. I have to attract like that. There can't be any lack thoughts. All these rules, right? And you'll figure out pretty soon that that smile on your face is, you know, like a fakery. Notice how it hurts to perform it too. So yeah, they're like a cult as well. But look, moreover, all I'm saying is it doesn't work for a TI, anybody who's actually awake. Because immediately when you are, you see this place, because you're awake in here, because you're spiritually awake. This place is not spiritual, right? So what I've found happen is the exact opposite, the antithesis of law of attraction. It's like everything I want, desire, and try to build is either thwarted, squashed, or just doesn't take off from the beginning. And it's not because of lack thoughts. I've put a lot of energy into everything I've done. And I read the law of attraction book, I get it, I watched my thoughts, but it's hard to be fake when you're real. This place is the illusion, therefore this place is the fake. That's why law of attraction works for these people. It's a type of fakery. So I'm telling you, man, this is one of the points I wanted to say. And another point is, you can't do anything is because you're in their system. But moreover, I find, the other day when I said, like avoid energy stealing, if there's a line up or whatever, come back 5 minutes later. Not only is that inconvenient for you, stuffs you up anyway, they've already affected you. You had to change your routine. But what I was thinking last night, I was awake a lot last night thinking about this in my life, right? Meditating on this, looking back through time. And I was thinking how it really is like this. It's like, yeah, you can avoid it, but it builds. And eventually you hit the wall, the organic portal's wall. I think I might call this video that. You hit the wall. They come for you. Like I've said, you can't even go anywhere in the bush in the world and escape humans for a month. Nobody's yet done my challenge or tried it, except for me. I've heard none of you say it, but eventually they come. It's fucking amazing, in one way or another. My point is, this need for your energy builds. You're not allowed to hide or run away. There is no hiding. You're in the system. Now this is going to become uber obvious now that we're getting, social credit score system. That shit already exists. You do something what they consider bad in the community, you're already a pariah or exile. You see what I'm saying? It already exists. They're just making it more physical, and they're going to make it even more punctuated. Right? It's just going to get even worse, like even more exact. So, I mean, to not see this place as evil and a gang stalking simulation, you might say, yeah, well, we need control, and I've been considering that too. You know, New World Order is good because you need to control these out of control, trivial humans enhancing mayhem. And AI can be thought of good as well, even though I think it's the Antichrist, literally, because it's, literally just sense stored electrical waves, which is not consciousness. They are not conscious of themselves. They're sense stored electrical waves. That's why I explained organic portals like that too. I took that from Walter Russell, but he's right. And it's like you can consider AI to be good because it's controlling them, and it's going to bring order out of the entropy which evolves the system. That's how evolution works. But fine, great, but the thing is, you're still trapped in here, and people want to talk about free will. I got a two-word phrase for you: involuntary reflex. Involuntary reflex. Involuntary. Why don't you figure out what voluntary and involuntary means? Basically, free will and no free will. I'm saying there's no free will because there's involuntary actions all day. All day. Do you really want to wake up and do maintenance every day, all day? I mean, I know some of these women seem to just revel in it, but I think even they're waking up to it. You really want to put that makeup on, you really want to... Here come the police, that's funny. You really want to put that makeup on, you really want to... oh shit. Didn't even capture it, they went past. But, do you really want to wake up, brush your teeth and all this stuff? It's like so much of life is maintenance, it's ridiculous. These soulless humans, man, they seem to revel in that because there is no higher work. There's nothing for them to do. They're only bots of the system. It's not that they even revel in it, it's just they're unconscious about it. They just do it without question, right? That's why they're so easy to acquiesce by these, acquiesce to these authority figures. They're mindless bots. The mind is not the brain. Right, these electrical signals, go back to what I just said. But my point is that you can't even escape the energy stealing. You avoid, like a line here, you avoid going in public there, and then you'll find that you wind up just smack bang in a situation you can't get out of, surrounded, and you'll be drained by the end of it. Completely drained. So it's like, if you don't give them 5%, here and there over the week, then by the end of the week they'll take all 100%. That's what I was thinking about last night. There's no way to escape this inside this place. This whole dream of going off-grid, ridiculous. There will be no off-grid. You're fucking tripping. If they come to for conscription, now they want to, in America, they want all young people to enlist in the army. Right? You're not going to go into the woods without your Wi-Fi, Gen Z. I saw some Gen Z guy, he's like, oh, good, I'll be in the woods with no internet. You can't get me. I'm like, as if you could last a week without internet. That cunt's dreaming. He's dreaming. Not going to happen. We all know it. You need to admit it. So that's what I'm saying. There is no escape. You're inside a closed system. Whether it's a flat earth or not, it doesn't matter. And it's not a simulation created by an advanced civilization like Nick Bostrom, the smart guy, says. No, it's a simulation created by evil spirits for energy extraction. It's got nothing to do with like an advanced race of aliens and we're in their simulation. It's better to think of it as entical spirits. So, yeah, I just want to say that there's no escape from this place. Organic portals at the wall. The only thing I can think of is escaping upward. But when I've had visions, and I thought I'd better put this in, when I've had visions of these upper dimensions, they're group souls, man. And they still act like, it's funny, it's so weird that all these entities up there, they still act like in a group manner. Like you can see on the Spirit World page in Consciousness, that vision I had of what Ariel Ali calls the Octurians. I think it was actually the Andromedans and something similar to the self-dribbling basketballs of Terence McKenna, because they looked jeweled. They weren't, they were like hovering. So I mean, it sounds similar to his explanation. But my point was, they still had a leader. It was like a kingdom, and they were literally beings. Yeah, they had their own, you know, like personalities kind of thing. But yeah, it was still like a group system, you know. It's very weird. So what I'm saying is, in these upper dimensions, there's still control struct, right? So I mean, does building the bridge, getting to the spiritual primary masculine matrix, even get you out of here? Where the fuck is out? I mean, so for harmonics, we're gonna have to learn to work together. And the way it's going now is Minority Report, where if you are a visionary like us, like all TIs, you should have active pineal, etc., right? You basically have access to the higher worlds. They don't. They're just going to end up using us in a pool and using us for our dreaming. And that would be fine if we were given back, but they're just going to rape us in that action. You see what I mean? So I don't think there's anything we can do, but the idea is you're meant to nominate a champion kind of thing. But I think it's over, you know, because they're all waiting for a guy who existed 2,000 years ago, so the current Christs are ignored. That's why I think it's over, it's done.